All right, so we are back with part 2 of covering these patch notes. With part 1, we covered, I believe, almost half of the patches. The reason why it's taking so long is because we are going through in depth, every single character, as well as labbing things that we may think of on the spot just to feel out the patch overall, right? And giving our live reaction to everything as well. So if you guys want to see things like this, if you guys want to hang out with the Vibe crew, then definitely come over here over on Twitch and hang out and join up in the Discord as well. That way you guys know when I go live. But anywho, enough of that. We're going to be looking at who we left off. I'm talking about Kira, and so now we are looking at Ikkaku. And for people that did not watch the first part, we are choosing 2 characters at a time. So we're going to be looking at Ikkaku and Yamamoto. We just got done talking about Yamamoto, but let's go ahead and choose Ikkaku and old man freaky Yamamoto. All right, so for Ikkaku, common special flash attack, shorten the retreat distance at the beginning and the subsequent advanced distance. Remove the invincibility time at the beginning of the technique. And then awaken, exclusive ability, increase the total amount of Ryomon gauge. Adjustment intent, Ikkaku Madarame maintains his advantage in neutral from a variety of options, and although it takes time, he has the power to decide the game at once with the explosive power of awakening. However, the opponent's action restriction caused by special flash attack was too large. This adjustment adjusts the strengths of neutral and increases the total amount of the Ryomon gauge in awakened state. So the number of steps required to decide the game has increased compared to before. So TLDR, his win condition takes a little bit more effort to get to. And let's look at his new special. Really? This is still really good. Yeah, this is still really good. So although the invincibility has been removed from the initial step, it's still an evasive movement. So for all of the Ikkaku players out there, I don't think that you really have to worry about anything, because this move I still believe is really good. It still has really good range. So that's that. And then for it in his awakening, the gauge is longer, or it takes more rather. I don't know if they actually visually made it longer, but it just takes more for him to fill up. Yeah. So that is Ikkaku. All right, so now let's look at Yamamoto. Common exclusive ability, adjusted so that a Hellfire state is released by hitting or receiving a Kikon move. That is interesting, meaning that whenever, as it says right here, hitting or receiving a Kikon move. So after the animation, his buildup is going to be gone. So let's go ahead and test that out. I'll go ahead and drop this down. So let's get him into Hellfire state. Let's go ahead and hit the KO. And now it should be gone. And there it is. So now, from pre-patch to this patch, whenever you hit him with the Kikon, now once he recovers, he's not going to continuously take damage. So that is good in his favor. Quick attack, decrease the damage stun time of the first hit. I don't know why they would do that necessarily. So we were testing this right here. Jab into grab, that still works. I'm trying to backstep. Jab, I try to jab as well. Of course, let's see if we can ho-ho. Okay, we can ho-ho afterwards. So maybe you couldn't ho-ho that pre-patch. So let's do a jab, jab, jab. Let's ho-ho. Yep. So pre-patch, you may not have been able to ho-ho that. But all other options, if I try to jab back, that doesn't work. If I try to grab, that doesn't work. If I try to backstep, that doesn't work. So if you play Yamamoto, you don't have to worry about that being an issue with decreasing the damage stun time of the first hit. Spiritual Pressure move 1, various, increase the damage stun time and guard stun time. Now, Spiritual Pressure move 1, no charge. And decrease the stun time, so now he recovers faster. Breaker adjusted so that the Inferno gauge decreases on hit. That is interesting. So let's go ahead and drop this down. Let's build this up. And let's grab. And there it is. So a big chunk decreases from his Hellfire gauge. So this now encourages Yamamoto players to try to go for a lot more grabs when building up that Hellfire to try to avoid the Hellfire gauge, unless that is something that you want to go for. Normal state, quick attack. Decrease the guard stun time of the 3rd hit, increase the damage stun time and the guard stun time in Hellfire state. So that means that he gets buffed in Hellfire state since it increases the damage stun time along with the guard stun time, meaning that he's even more plus after the 3rd hit of his quick attack in his normal state specifically. So this means that more than likely he would be able to backstep after doing his 3rd string during Hellfire state. Now, when he's not in Hellfire state, decrease the guard stun time of the 3rd hit. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and drop this down. Record. 1. Oh, wait, no. Record. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna try to grab. 2, 3. Backstep. Good. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so right there, yeah, you're gonna have to backstep. But let's see if he can do 1, 2, 3 into 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'll do it one more time. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can backstep both options, but if he ends up going for a grab, so let's do recording. 1, 2, 3. Grab, and then we're gonna keep on mashing. All right, so 1, 2, 3, and we did that. All right, so I'm gonna try one more time. Let's see. Oh, whoops. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, 2, 3. Oh wow, that's a crazy OS. Wow, yeah, so you can just keep on mashing that while also holding down guard. If they try to take their turn back, then you end up guarding. So that is what that looks like in regards of decreasing the guard stun time. So now you are able to just backstep rather than him being overly plus and jailing you in that situation. So now Awakened. Quick attack. Increase the decrease amount of the Inferno gauge. Increase the guard stun time of the 2nd hit. Increase the damage stun time and guard stun time of the 3rd hit. So they just made this man plus in those situations. So whenever you get this and grab. Oh, no, when you... Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. We're talking about quick attack. My bad. We're talking about quick attack. Yeah, quick attack. So now when you have this build up, it decreases way more. And why that's good is because given that his tilt is his strongest move right now and you're able to combo off of it, you're going to end up building up the Hellfire gauge, but then you're going to decrease it right after that. So let's get 0% and let's just see if we can decrease this overall. Yeah, so off of 3 lights, depending on the distance, of course, that you travel, then you're going to end up getting rid of that Hellfire anyway, allowing you to use your tilt a lot more often. And it is plus on block. So let's have him do this on block, and it should still decrease as well. So we're gonna do this, pull it down. 1, 2, 3. All right, so now we'll play it. He builds it up. Yep, and it still decreases. So all of that is still your turn, and you don't have to worry about Hellfire buildup. So increase the guard stun time of the second hit, increase the damage stun time and the guard stun time of the third hit. So increasing the damage stun time of the third hit means that if you try to take your turn back while being hit with his third light attack, then he can take his turn again. So you normally don't want to mash at all. So let's try to go in this situation to where he hits us with 3, and we're gonna try to backstep the grab. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, mash grab. 1, 2, 3, try to backstep, and we can't backstep out of that situation. Trying to mash it, can't. Gonna try to ho-ho, and you can't even ho-ho that. So if he ends up hitting you with 3 lights, you're going to have to hold that mix. Very similar to the DLC Ichigo and his setup. So now we're gonna have to just hold guard, and after we see the grab, you just have to react to it. And that's what you're gonna have to do. That is very, very strong. And so now let's see on guard. Try to backstep, and you can backstep on guard. Now let's try to light attack, and you can light attack it. Let's look at the second hit, because it increased the guard stun time of the second hit as well. So we're going to do this. 1, 2, into grab. All right. 1, 2. We can backstep it. Good. Now we're going to do 1. 1, backstep. So you can backstep all of those options really good, but if you end up getting hit, then you have to be very, very wary. So now let's see if you can take your turn back after a 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. I'm gonna guard this. 1, 2. Yeah, we can take our turn back there. 1, 2. Try to grab. And we can grab there. All right, good. All right. So now, special flash attack. Increase the damage stun time and the guard stun time. So we've already seen this, increasing the damage stun time and the guard stun time. Increasing the damage stun time allows him to combo off of it now. And increasing the guard stun time allows him to be plus in that situation, meaning that when he hits you on guard, then you still have to respect it. You aren't able to backstep the follow-up grab, I don't believe. Or maybe you are. Let's see. This. Grab. Right, backstep. Not able to backstep it. Oh no, I was able to backstep right there. Let's try it again. Wasn't able to backstep right there. Yeah, and I'm mashing. So that ends up jailing you. In that situation, you are going to have to hold guard and just react to the grab. Or perhaps hold down grab to see if he tries to backstep. But in that situation, he's also able to jab. So let's see if you are able to do jab afterwards, and while holding guard and holding grab, if you'll still end up blocking. So we'll hold this, do this, pull this down, and go for the lights. And now we'll block it, and we'll hold grab as well, and you end up getting hit. So you don't want to hold grab in that situation. Okay. Yep. So you just have to react to the grab in that situation now, meaning that his tilt is very good. Okay. So now spiritual pressure move 1 various. Adjusted the attack judgment to extend the reach. Decrease the increase amount of the inferno gauge. Okay. So now we are going to look at the range of that now. Of his spiritual pressure move 1. back up. All right, it's not bad. Nice. And you don't build up that much Inferno gauge off of using this. So that was the change to that. All right, so adjustment intent. Shigekuni Ginryusai Yamamoto has overwhelming firepower as a reward for various reminder. He can charge it. Oh, okay. So we'll try that real quick. Does charging it make it go longer? Oh, wow. Okay, it does. Wow. I did not know that he could charge it. Okay. All right, so we'll decrease this, and let's look at the difference real quick. So that builds up maybe like 10%. And what about... What? Because of SP2? Wait, so do I have to wait even longer? Okay, there we go. Okay, got you. We have to wait a little bit. Okay. Alright. So here we go. Oh, wow, yeah, that filled up double the amount. Okay, that makes sense, because charging it... Alright, cool. So it fills up double the amount. Alright, now back to the adjustment intent. SP2 makes it so you don't build it up at all. Oh, got you, for a certain period of time. Got you. Alright, so Shigekuni Ginryusai Yamamoto has overwhelming firepower as a reward for various sacrifices. However, he was a character who returned to neutral even after reaching the opponent. And the difficult situation continued. This adjustment increases the recovery amount of the Inferno gauge, making it easier to use powerful attacks once he reaches the opponent. In addition, the Hellfire state is now released when a Kikon move is hit or received, so the risk is lower than before, making it easier to aim for high damage using resources. So overall, I don't feel as though this is really any nerfs or bad adjustments, rather than just an overall buff to Yamamoto's. More so specifically catered towards his Inferno gauge along with his tilt. So for all the Yamamoto players out there, y'all are eating good. Okay, so starting off with Soi Fon, flash attack, common. Common meaning in both any variation of Soi Fon, being base form, awakened, sublimation, etc. So flash attack, decrease the damage stun time when branching after using signature move once. All right, so really interesting. So she's still able to grab after that. Interesting. That's pretty nasty. So that's a situation that you're just gonna have to guard there. In that situation as well. Very interesting. So I don't know why they would adjust the damage stun time after using signature move once. Because she still gets pretty good OP. Unless, as we tested with Yamamoto, that previously you weren't able to ho-ho after that. So let's do this and do ho-ho. And have him do action 2. And try this. You are able to ho-ho. So in these niche situations to where they decrease the damage stun time, it seems as though you are still able to properly get your Oki off, but they are now leaving enough of a gap in order for you to do ho-ho as a reversal. Signature move, increase the stun time during replenishment, meaning that while you are replenishing, then you recover a lot slower. I don't see the difference, to be honest. Yeah, that's very, very minor. Very minor. All right, Awaken. Quick attack. Increase the stun time of the third hit when following up after using signature move twice. Wait, no. It says increase the stun time, not the damage stun time. So I had it in reverse. Yeah, increase recovery. Yeah, increase the stun time. As we learned from part 1 or episode 1, part 1 rather, is that stun time means recovery. So increase the recovery of the third hit when following up after using signature move twice. So pre-patch, she was able to do her multi-stab and then follow up. All right, we gotta know. There it is. So now you're able to properly get out of it by either guarding or going for a ho-ho. Yeah, I had the buffer timing wrong. All right, so signature move, increase the damage amount. Meaning that's this right here. So now you are able to properly use her Anken as damage. And she can ho-ho off it. Oh wait, no, he's not in Awakening. I was like, that's actually pretty good damage. What the heck? All right, let's see. That's still not bad. Yeah, that's still not bad, actually. So they increase the damage of her Anken. Nice. All right, so adjustment intent. Soi Fon decides the game by repeatedly attacking using signature move. However, the range of neutral when using signature move Anken was wider than other characters, making it difficult to exploit gaps. This adjustment increases the stun of signature move replenish, so it is necessary to be more careful about timing. In addition, the stun difference of some actions when using signature move Anken has been corrected, so it is no longer possible to connect combos from quick attack again. Yep, and they address it right there in the adjustment intent. All right, so now we have Gen Ichimaru. Common, signature move, various, increase the damage amount. Okay. That meaning his thrust? That is pretty dang. Now, granted, Soi Fon doesn't have, she has a lower amount of reishi, but that is still really dang good. Considering how little his damage was pre-patch, that is actually really freaking good. Holy crap. Spiritual Pressure Move 2, delay the occurrence of the technique. Supposed to make it so you can't use it to combo after blue. But it still does, so wait. Supposed to make it so you can't use it to combo after blue? Oh! Okay, I see. So if we were getting hit. Ah, that's what you mean. Okay, so that's still in the game. Awaken, exclusive ability, expanded the judgment of dash quick attack. So they made all of this bigger. All right, flash attack, expanded the judgment of the edge. Okay, of the edge. So tip range. Meaning that the blue should hit you now. Yep. That is really good. That's null range right there. All right, so special flash attack, increase the damage stun time when hitting the tip. Ooh, freaky-ya. Okay. Oh wow, but if you don't hit the tip, wow, so that's a sweet spot now. So I'm assuming you have to hit within the blue. Yeah, so it's not the literal tip, it's just that the blue is a sweet spot now. Interesting. Spiritual Pressure Move 1, adjusted so that it can be canceled with flash attack and step when a counter is enabled. Is established. What? Cancel with the flash attack or step. Really? All right, I'm gonna have to break my fingers for this. Let's see. Oh, wait, he doesn't have to step forward though. Wait. Yeah, he just do straight up. Oh, that's disgusting. Wow, dude. Adjustment intent. Gen Ichimaru fights while maintaining a distance that does not allow him to step into his pocket by taking advantage of his long reach. However, it was difficult to receive benefits for the difficulty of maintaining the distance. This adjustment strengthens the judgment of exclusive ability Sword Point to make it easier to hit the tip, and increases the return of signature move Serpent Strike, Amikui Mizuchi, and the spiritual pressure move Urozuki. So, from everything that we've tested, the biggest changes would be one, him being able to combo off of Ho-Oh, because I know that he wasn't able to before, I believe. Him being able to combo off of the counter, which is really nasty, and the increase in damage off of his signature, which is really dang good. Really, really good. You guys were saying that the sweet spot thing has always been a thing, so I don't know how significant that is with being able to do tilt into heavy now, but that is also really, really good. So now overall, Gen is in a much better place and showing or having how can I say it? Having a presence on the field. Because I've always thought that Gen, and have always said that Gen is a good zoner. It's just that his damage didn't really show that necessarily, especially with this right here. But now, with this poke, people are going to have to respect this a whole lot more. Since previously, pre-patch or even vanilla, I didn't respect this at all. I would dodge it, but I'm like, bro, it tickles. Like, I don't care if you do this. But now, yeah, nah. You hit a... Yeah, you can definitely chip away at people now, for sure, and that is really good. Yeah, that is really good. Can he even ho-ho off of it? He can ho-ho off of it. Oh, nah. That is gross. Konamon. He sounds like Lee from Tekken. Okay, so starting off, we got Aizen. Decrease the amount of Reishi, which is a blessing that is really good. That's only in normal state, though. That's not a common thing. Exclusive ability. Change the conditions required to activate Kyoka Soigetsu. I love that, bro. Exclusive ability. Change the conditions required to activate Kyoka Soigetsu from consuming 100% of the rebirth gauge to consuming 100% of the rebirth gauge when the Hogyoku fusion level is at 5. That change, I think, is very amazing, just because now that allows you to fight him a whole lot more. Rather than him just sitting on 100% of his rebirth gauge and just being like, well, you can't kill me anyway. But now it also has to be at 5, which is really, really good. All right, so special flash attack, Kaien. Increase the stun time. Look, you're gonna have to get down, okay? I know you wanted to be up here, but you always try to chew my headphones, and I don't appreciate that, little girl. You hear noise? Yeah, go over to it. Go. All right, so special flash attack. Increase the stun time. Special flash attack. Senju Koten Taiho. Increase the stun time. So now there is more stagger on both of those moves. Chrysalis State. Special flash attack. Increase the damage stun time and decrease the guard stun time. So they decrease the guard stun time, but I believe he's still plus though, right? He's not plus anymore? Whoa. No. He is. No. Is it a tip range thing? It's a range thing now. But if he just does it, oh shit. Oh goodness. Okay, but you have to know. You have to know. You have to know though, because that's a range thing. That's a range thing. Wow, that's really good. Yeah. So if he, okay, yeah. So at that point, you just have to know your character. Yeah, you just gotta know your character. Yep. Put him in. Okay. And this has a slower basic attack, so he still gets beat out. Nice. All right, now let's try the tip range. Beautiful. That is a good change. That is a beautiful change. So he's able to combo off of his tilt, I believe. Now. Let's see. No, not heavy. Lights. He could always combo from it? Okay. So that just means that now he's able to grab mix, more than likely. Interesting. Wait. Increase the damage sometimes. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's a good change. That's a good change. All right, Awaken. Stats. Increase the multiplier for damage amount and damage received. Increase the fighting spirit required for a reawakening. So in his awakened form, he gets stronger, but also he takes more damage, which is also really good. That's the trade-off. And increase the fighting spirit required for reawakening, and that is also really good. Good in the sense of those being nerfs. So the buff is that he is stronger damage output wise, but he is weaker damage receiving wise. So he's like Akuma, pretty much. If you guys are familiar with Akuma in Street Fighter, throughout the years, a legacy character, he's always had strong output damage and also received a lot of damage, literally being a glass cannon. All right, exclusive ability. Increase the increase amount of Hogyoku fusion level. Increase the increase amount. Oh, that means that it fills faster. That's what that means, right? All right, so let's look at the normal amount. Oh yeah, I forgot. He gets it faster when standing. Okay. Very interesting. Okay, now let's look at Awakening. Oh, hell no. He's the boss character. What are we talking about? Bro, he gets that in no time. Which means that he gets to do this more. Now, something else that I noted too, bro, I can't remember if this was a pre-patch thing, but I don't remember it in pre-patch because I fought an Aizen before we started covering this. And I didn't look at that. I didn't know that he gained meter that freaking fast. But why do you still get hit by this when you grab him? I could have sworn that pre-patch, it went away if you grabbed him. All right, so increase the multiplier. Okay, we already looked at that. Increase the damage amount. Okay, we already looked at that. No, increase the increase amount of Hogyoku fusion level, which we just looked at. Flash attack. Adjusted the attack adjustment to extend the reach, to which case people already use his heavy a lot as is, but now they extend it. What the fuck? Bro, I feel like that dude in the gift that's just like, you feel me? What are we talking about? something, he needs it. Right. Okay, reawakening. Special flash attack. Decrease the stun time. Spiritual pressure remove 1, adjusted so that it can be canceled from quick attack and flash attack combos only on hit. Adjusted so that rebirth actions cannot be used until the end of the action, which means that now you can't blue out of it. Spiritual pressure move 2, increase the slow effect duration on the opponent at the time of the occurrence. Okay, well, even though we rarely ever get to see his reawakening, let's go ahead and look at that. Why not? Moth form. Damn! Oh, that's really pretty. I'm not even gonna front. That, I like that. That's actually really pretty. Oh my gosh. That's just a regular hit, isn't it? Yeah. And they get slowed? No. It's just when they get hit. Increase the slow effect duration on the opponent at the time of the occurrence. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I guess once you proc it, yeah, during the startup, when everything's all yellow. So adjustment intent. Shunsui Aizen has many unique abilities and is difficult to handle, but he becomes more powerful as time passes. However, it was easy to force his fighting style on the opponent throughout the battle. This adjustment adjusts the performance in normal state, making it difficult to demonstrate his true value in the end if he is overwhelmed in the early stages. However, he is more powerful in awakened state, making it easier to fight than before. The required fighting spirit has increased, but when reawakened, the spiritual pressure moves are mainly strengthened, making them easier to handle. So then Delilah was saying in chat, whenever he uses charge tilt, it's way hard to hit him out of without getting hit. Whenever he uses Escudo, SP1, he doesn't lose it on tech. Yeah, why does that? It should go away, dude. That is so dumb. And yeah, so that's what that Aizen was doing against me. Was spamming tilt a whole lot more, and I was realizing, I was like, I don't remember this still hitting me whenever I grabbed him. So yeah, it's just a lot harder to fight him when once he has everything. This is all that you do, literally. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they gotta fix that, man. They gotta fix that. All right, so now we reviewed everything on Aizen. Now time for Byakuya. Awakened, in which case we have Byakuya in awakened state right now. Quick attack, adjusted the attack adjustment to extend the reach. So now let's go ahead and look at that real quick. You can't flash step early because you get hit. You can't perfect flash step because he just Escudos. It's looking bleak. You can still, well, actually no, because what happens is so with a perfect flash step, you can still perfect flash step him, but you just can't perfect flash step him if he has his guard up, because then he can do that EX1 cheese. But if he's doing it while his guard is depleting, then you have to do it when his guard is about to deplete. You have to do it when his guard is about to deplete. And that way, when you hit him, then he doesn't have it anymore. That's the only time that I was able to do it, when I was fighting that guy. And of course, trying to apply pressure to just not let him do charge tilt. But yeah, Aizen is definitely still a boss character, and he's a lot more spammy now than he was before. So I do like the changes that they did to him to where now he receives more damage, like Bankai Ichigo. But again, it's when you make good adjustments, but then you make crazy buffs. And yeah, it's just dumb. All right, but Byakuya, so quick attack adjusted the attack judgment to extend the reach. Dash attack made the occurrence faster. Flash attack adjusted the attack judgment to extend the reach. Flash attack follow up increased the cancelable frames, meaning canceling into what? So after fireball. All right, well, let's look at the range of his quick attack and flash attack after. Actually, we can just do this. All right, but now for the range. Oh my goodness. Bro, it's like the very tip of it hits. Yeah. Yeah. Here. Yep. That's nasty work. Yep. Yep. Why did he need more range? Don't know, but as who said it? Sedanio? Something, he needs it. All right, signature move. Fix an issue where the attack judgment would appear out of alignment. Increase the stun time, adjust it so that it cannot be canceled into quick attack and flash attack. Well, I want to know this flash attack follow-up. Increase the cancelable frames. Does that mean that he can do like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, he can do EX1 afterwards. Yeah, that mess was frame 1, boy. Lord have mercy. Maybe it's only a strike back. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense because there are things in the game where you can only combo off of strike back. Oh wait, no, that was special flash attack. We're talking about special flash attack. This says signature move. Whoops, I took my freaking headphones off. Yeah, that says signature move. Whoops, I'm tripping. Yes, okay. Yeah, that means that he can no longer do that crap to where he would miss this and then cover his ground with heavy. That's really nice. That's really nice. Meaning that once he signatures, he's committed to it. But of course, he can still yellow afterwards. That's really nice. That's really good. So they buffed his range, but they nerfed the fact that that he could cover his grounds, the middle ground, from signature. So Byakuya Kuchiki uses 2 forms in normal state and specializes in long-range attacks in awakened state. However, the attacks in awakened state have quirks, making it more difficult to fight than in normal state. This adjustment makes it easier to hit the opponent with basic attacks and increases the opportunity to transition into combos, AE using EX1 after heavy or whatever else. Yeah. Well, light heavy or light heavy. You're choosing, just finishing it with heavy. So on the other hand, the techniques that can be transitioned into combos from signature move Sakura Shigure, which can attack regardless of the opponent's positions, are limited. So it is more important to use various attacks to prevent the opponent from narrowing down the target. So can he still do his sig into EX1? Yeah, he can. Okay. Alright, so we got both of those characters now, and now we have Komamura and Shunsui. So now let's look at Komamura. Normal state, signature move, various. Decrease the stun time. Increase the damage stun time. Added minimum guaranteed damage. Adjusted so that it can be canceled into spiritual pressure move 1. Alright. Okay, that's a little something. What's this have from here, right? Okay, so no matter what, you're gonna be getting at least that damage from whatever range. And with them increasing the damage stun time, that was primarily so that you could cancel into spiritual pressure move 1, I'm assuming. Normal state and weaken. Special flash attack. Increase the damage amount. Change the damage motion to blow away. Oh, that's like his counter stance. Oh, and he can no longer combo because before he would do this and then combo into it. Wow. So it's just a get off me tool now. I know Komamura's do not like that change, but increasing the damage amount is good. Special pressure move 1 made the startup of the dark screen faster. Made the frames to which super armor is applied faster. Okay. So that's the overall buff. And let's look at that one more time. Yeah, it's like instant now. Wait, that means that now he can't be knocked out of that, which is really, really good, because before there were instances to where I can't remember if it was like on an Oki situation or whatever else, but you could use your EX1 and then you would get hit out of the startup. So now, if I'm thinking about this correctly, then you aren't going to be able to do that. So let's see. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3, boom. All right. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So the armor is instantaneous now. So you're not going to be getting hit out of the startup of that, which means that 9 times out of 10 he can use it as a proper reversal now. By the way, if you are close enough with Komamura, you can combo off a Sig. As in like this? Oh wow, that's really good. Unless... no way you get to dash up and... oh! Wow! Okay. So you have to be careful with that. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. My man, still chunking. Lord have mercy, dude. Wait. Because universally, you can step out of grabs now. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Oh, they adjusted how much damage he does on his grab. Oh, thank the heavens. Wow. What a nerf. Yikes. That's a yikers right there. That's a yikers. Wow. Well, it's a nerf in the eyes of the beholder, right? That's interesting. All right, so Awaken, signature move, neutral, expanded the attack adjustment, which means the stab. Okay. So let's see how big it is now. So if they're all the way backed up, do they still get hit? They do. Yeah, that is gross work. That's nasty work. Wow. And how much guard does it do? Let's do this and this. Block it. Okay, not bad. Let's see. This. Okay, you can still properly dodge that. So in which case we didn't test if you could properly dodge that with Renji. And probably you still get hit with Renji since it's a multi-hit. Or yeah, Sajin Komamura excels in powerful fighting styles using various signature moves. However, his neutral was heavy, making it difficult to turn to offense. That is not true. It was not difficult to have offense with Komamura. This adjustment strengthens various signature moves, making it easier to use powerful actions using Tenkan. In addition, it is possible to cancel from various signature moves with special pressure move 1, making it easier to extend combos. So now let's look at Shunsui Kyoraku. Shunsui Kyoraku. And they have a bit more than Komamura here. So common, special flash attack, increase the knockback amount on hit and guard. So that is something that I notice when fighting him. is that there is pushback now, which is pretty interesting. And this leaves him safe. And if you try to press the wrong button, then he can follow up with heavy. So he does this and goes into heavy. So when this happens, boom, and he ends up getting a strike back. Yeah, so that is a space trap if you are not aware of that pushback. And I don't think that you could follow up with heavy. Let's see. Yeah, you can. And he would have to do light. But if he does light, then he also whiffs as well. So he can just wait for you to press a button, and then he presses a button. So pretty interesting change there. Spiritual Pressure Move 1. Increase the damage amount. Fix an issue where the combo would be interrupted in the middle when used during a combo. Adjust so that it can be canceled from quick attack and flash attack combos. And this is in general, so both his base form and his awakened state. Fix an issue where the combo would be interrupted. So I know that a lot of players was having an issue right here to where the combo would drop. Fix an issue where the combo would be interrupted in the middle when used during a combo. And they also increase the damage amount, which is really freaking good. So let's go ahead and look at that. Oh, I messed it up. Here's one. As a meaty option, so they're forced to guard there. Yep. So now he gets meaty off of that, which is pretty freaking cool. Pretty freaking cool. Actually, let's see if I can ho-ho it. Yep, I can ho-ho it. But if they do not have ho-ho, well, they're gonna have to hold that. Alright, Awaken. Stats. Increase the damage amount multiplier during Awakening. Alright, so he just does overall more damage. So, secret third option, Unkin. Huh? Nani? Unkin would beat him out there? Oh, you're talking about matchup dependent. You're talking about matchup dependent. Okay, you're talking about after tilt. If he does tilt and then, yeah. Okay, throwing me off. All right. So, in Awaken, he overall does more damage. Exclusive ability, increase the damage amount when outside of King of the Hill. Increase the fighting spirit acquisition amount when inside King of the Hill. Increase the damage amount to reach the conditions for Chase the Devil. Increase the damage amount of spiritual power acquired when winning the quick comparison. So overall, his games got buffed, which is pretty darn cool and pretty darn good. So King of the Hill being the blue one, and that's that really big pink circle. So now when you're outside of it, both players take more damage. When you're inside of it, both players ends up gaining more fighting spirit acquisition. And then for the Chase the Devil, it takes longer for it to pop off. Increase the damage amount to reach the conditions. So it takes longer for those conditions to be met before it explodes. Which also means that more damage is going to be accumulated because it stores all the damage that was accumulated over the course of that minigame, and then it dishes it out to whichever player was last tagged. Increase the amount of spiritual power acquired when winning the quick comparison. So last time I remember it gave you 50, I believe. So I don't know how much it gives you now, but now it gives you more EX meter back. So that is pretty interesting. So players are going to have to be wary of these new things when it comes to his games. Special flash attack, adjusted so that it can be canceled with a step before occurrence, which is really freaking sick. Let's see. So how would you do that? How would you cancel it with a step? Oh, awakened. I thought I was already in awakened. All right. I was like, how tight is the window? Oh, yeah, that's really good. That is sick. That is so cool. And you can do it. is so cool. What the heck? Oh man, I'm trying to do like ladder movement with it. That is sick. That is so cool. That is so cool, dude. Yeah, that is sick. And this is what I was talking about. So where like the game is simple, right? The controls aren't hard. Oh wait, we can actually see how much thing this gives now. $250. Okay. What the bro, what? That gives 100 now? Oh no, that's OD. Oh yeah, you gain big chunks. Oh, we're both just gaining while you're inside. It just gains in general. Yeah, and now you can really see it ticking. Wow. Well, we got good RNG because it showed us all 3 games back to back. That is sick. Wow. Yeah, it showed us all 3 minigames back to back. I really like the fact that Shunsui is a trickster character without having to be like a jester, if you will, right? Like just throwing out a bunch of items and crap like that. Like he scraps with you, but there's mini games going on in the background, and that's what I like. But given the nature of his character and his appeal and things like that, just everything evolving around the character, I like that now you can step from special flash attack, because that makes his movement it gives his movement more flavor, right? It gives his movement more flash, more nuance, right? It looks really freaking sick. So for all the Shunsui players out there now, not only are you able to do, universal ladder movement, but now you're able to do really cool movement with those step cancels, right? Especially if you're trying to bait out like an attack, or you're trying to bait out ho or things like that. Yeah, I think that's really sick. But yeah, if you guys just want to do this for movement, yeah, it looks super sick. And although the game is simple, right? Even this requires execution, because it requires you to do your tilt, which is like forward triangle or forward heavy, forward flash attack, and then cancel it with a step in whatever direction you want, be it neutral step or side step. And then if you want to chain them, that means that you have to do up left, up down, up left, up left, up left, up right. And the quicker you get with it, yeah, it gives 104. It gives 104. Since you can step out of tilt, you can grab from it. Yeah, you can mix in like that. Yep. Yeah, that's sick. Or even if you're here and you're baiting out a grab, instead of going forward into back, you can just... That is so sick. That is so freaking sick, bro. Yeah, that's nasty. Yeah, that is cool. I like that a lot. Spiritual Pressure move 1 increase the damage stun time and the guard stun time. So now, okay, that speaks for itself. The damage stun time, meaning that they're going to be stunned longer while they're getting hit with a little tornado. And you also get more pressure on block. Spiritual Pressure move 2 increases slow effect duration on the opponent only. So that is his instant transmission, or his ho-ho, right? Where you instantly get the ho-ho to your opponent without the usage of the reverse meter, because it costs an EX2. And now what this does is that if they are in the middle of something, right, if they're like trying to do like a back step or things like that, then it is going to slow them down even more, allowing you to properly catch them in the middle of their movement. So that's really good. Overall, these are buffs, man. These Shunsui changes are really, really good. I like it a lot. So now Shunsui players, they're eating good, man. This is sick. I like this. That's good stuff. So now we have Hitsugaya and Tosen. Let's go ahead and switch over to those guys. Okay, so now we got Kaname Tosen. Common. Special flash attack. Extended the... Huh? Oh. Alright, so special flash attack extended the retreat distance at the beginning and the subsequent advanced distance. Removed the invincibility at the beginning of the technique, increased the stun time, adjusted so that it can be cancelled with a step only on hit and guard. So, the change with his special flash attack, let's see if you can actually just straight up combo from it now. No, you cannot. Okay, so he can still only combo from it from the counter hit, like the strike back. So let's do this and follow up with light attacks, and then we're gonna play it and we're gonna see if we can mash. We can. So they increased the damage. No, that's what. Okay, I thought it was damage stun time. They increased the stun time, meaning that he has a slower recovery now. Why did they do that? I'm assuming that they did that to avoid the situation to where he could just keep on doing it back to back to back, like pre-patch, but also removing the invincibility from it at the beginning of the technique. So they hit him with a double whammy here, which is very interesting, when they could have just increased the stun time versus removing the invincibility at the beginning of the technique. But oh well. And they extended the retreat distance at the beginning and the subsequent advanced distance. So that means that he travels further now. So pretty much he got like the same Ikkaku treatment, for lack of better words. It's just so that it can be canceled with a step only on hit and guard. Wait, so I'm wondering why they said only on hit and guard if that's both situations. Like, just say that he can cancel it from... He can cancel it now. But anywho, so let's go ahead and test that out real quick. So we're going to do this, and we're going to step back. And we're going to see if this is safe on block now. Okay. It is safe. That is sick. That he recovers hella fast. That is sick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's sick. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. That is cool. Okay. Yo, Stranger, my boy. Yes, the patch did drop. And welcome in, Groove. Alright, so now signature move. Added spiritual pressure acquisition amount when a counter judgment is established. So pre-patch, anytime he did the counter, for whatever reason, it did not give him SP, but now they switched that to where now he should properly get his SP. So let's go ahead and turn this off and do... No, that's signature move. Okay, so now we are going to guard, signature move, play, guard, signature move, and he gains 10 now. When pre-patch again, he didn't gain anything, although in his description it said that he would get some SP back, but for whatever reason he didn't. So now they face that. Spiritual pressure move 2 adjusted so that rebirth actions cannot be used until the end of the action, to which case it seems like we're going to see this adjustment throughout the patch, as we've been seeing, to where there was a lot of spiritual pressure moves, as we've seen, that you could just blue out of, but now they're making it to where you have to properly hold all that damage and eat all that damage, and you can't just blue out of it. But it also helps the situation to where when people want to white, right? When they want to do white reverse and a blue accidentally comes out. So now across the board, they made it universally to where now after you get hit with the SP move, you're going to guaranteed get what's it called? A white. He used to be able to SP2 yellow. Ah, true. That is the other part as well. As it is on the opposing side, on the offensive side, now you can no longer yellow after these. So anytime we see this, that means that for both parties, you straight up, nobody can do rebirth actions. So that is a good catch. That is a good note taker. Thank you. And that's why I wanted to put the chat down here. That way, you know, it doesn't look like I'm just talking to myself. And you guys have valuable input. Thank you. All right, so Awaken, exclusive ability. Increase the initial area of the visible range, shorten the time until the visible range reaches the maximum area. Adjustment intent. Kaname Tosen is based on a unique fighting style that deprives visual information with the awakening effect. However, it has become a unique ability as a fighting game and has a very large impact. However, since his ability is the greatest feature of the character, this adjustment adjusts the visible range while leaving that individuality, making it easier for the opponent to resist to some extent. Since it is an ability that affects the player rather than the game, we plan to be able to respond carefully in the future. So, with his awakening, it makes it to where, no, whoops, that's Toshiro's awakening. So with his awakening, it makes it to where you can't see anything, right? Oh, they fixed the visual bug. So before, whenever you would go to record in training mode and you had Tosen, then you would see all of the accessories that he was holding, as in like you would see his visor and his swords just floating in the distance. But now they even fixed that as well. So as we see, you straight up cannot see Tosen, but if you do look down at the bottom, then you do see the light slowly expanding. As we saw in the patch notes, that they made it faster to where now you're going to be able to see a lot quicker. But this is still at a pretty slow rate, so I don't think that it affects Tosen too much. And although he can't yellow after EX2, Tosen is a pretty much like a timeout character, right? You want to play the early game, you can go for the 3 if you want to, but his whole game plan is to go into Awakening and go for the early KOs, because he just doesn't want you to see anything. That way he can just do stuff in the dark and you don't know what he's doing. He can charge at you and then backstep because you may think that it's a grab. He can just keep on throwing out counters in the dark. That way you don't throw out any projectiles or things like that, and it makes you really wary, especially if you just end up charging into the dark like this, right? And he can just throw out a move and you run into it. So the thing about Tosen, in my opinion, is that he is a straight up, pretty much like a lame timeout character without being necessarily a zoner. It's a unique way of zoning, because he's not zoning you with range, he's zoning you with visibility. So I think that's really cool. I enjoy playing Tosen because I think his movement is really sick. He has really good movement, as you guys can see. He recovers pretty well with his steps, and his combos doesn't really have a lot, but I like his buttons. Off of his heavy, he does get Oki, right? So he's a pretty solid character. I do like his uniqueness to having that shadow, and we're gonna go ahead and take out Hitsugaya right here. That way you guys can see the light reset. And so now he's back in the darkness, right? So universally, typically you want to go for a 2-tap. You're going for like a 4-5 or a 5-4. But Tosen, he heavily benefits from going for a 3-tap, because that means that for 2 times they are going to be in this, you know, this dark area. So did they have to change how fast the visibility increases? I don't necessarily think so, but it's still not a bad change given the uniqueness to it. And as they said, it's not affecting the game, it's affecting the literal player fighting him. So that's everything for Tosen. And yeah, now we're gonna move on to Toshiro. So let's go ahead and get this out of, there we go. That way we can go back to seeing. Oh, we are just still in the dark. I completely forgot. They did not fix that. All right, so common exclusive ability: increase the maintenance time of Tensou Jurin. Control over weather level 3. Quick attack made the occurrence of the technique faster. Okay, so I don't know anything about Hitsugaya, so I do know that he has a meter. So would I just hit with ice attacks to get to level 3? Okay. Does EX2 give me more ice? It does. Okay. So let's go back to infinite. So this is the rate that is going down at level 2. And so if they increase the maintenance time, that means that it should go down slower in level 3. Wait a minute, what the hell? It's going down super fast. Unless it used to go down faster before. Yo, what's up, Rekka? How do I feel about the patch? I overall like the patch. And as I've said in the stream previously, is that it's very rare. It went down faster is crazy. So the thing about the patch is that no matter what type of game you play, be it adventure games, RPGs, fighting games, shooting games, it's just being fair to the devs, right? Is that it's very rare for devs to hit everything on point, right? It's very rare for patches to be perfect. So there's a lot of good changes, but there's also very questionable changes. You feel me? But overall, I do like the patch. I constantly say that this game is pretty simple. It doesn't require like motion inputs outside of having to press forward. Well, doing your tilt, as the term came from, you know, the Storm series or other arena fighters and things like that. But with the changes that they're making, with the changes that they're making the game a lot more expressive, right? Before, a lot of players were complaining about how simple the game was. Like, there's not much sauce to do, right? You do your heavy, you go into yellow, heavy, EX1, and then you're just repeating the same button, right? You can have a simple game, but then you can make nuances within it, right? So take Shunsui, for example, being able to step cancel out of his tilt animation. That is something that looks really cool. And although the input to do his tilt isn't difficult, right? It's just pressing forward and triangle. When you're doing it consistently, that's where execution comes in. You're pressing forward triangle, side X, forward triangle, side X, forward triangle, side X. And based off of how well you can continue doing that, falls on the player's execution. And then how you implement that into the fight. If you're trying to use it for mix, right? You're using it for movement, and you're also using it to throw something on screen, to jump in front of somebody's face, step cancel backwards, and then follow it with the heavy to whiff punish their grab attempt, right? There's a lot of different layers and nuances and creativity that you can add onto a game while keeping it simple and accessible. So that's what I like with this update, is that the game is so simple, but they're making a lot more things creative and expressive, and that's what I like. So overall, I think that the patch is really good. But there's still a lot of quality of life things to be done. That being adding more players to lobbies, making the ranked menus a lot better rather than having to press, you know, R1 or R2 to switch the pages, wait for the network to connect. And then you have to do the same thing. You have to keep on doing that until eventually you get to your character, right? Or being able to look at your own card and just seeing where you are on the leaderboard from your player card. And yeah, there's just a lot of quality of life things to change, but I do believe that this is a step definitely in the right direction. I still love this game. The game is still extreme amounts of fun. It's my favorite arena fighter, and yeah, I think that the patch is good. PGR, yes sir. So now his quick attack is faster, even though it was already super fast. So pretty much this has more reach, and they made it to where it's just like Soi Fon. All right, Awaken, flash attack, increase the amount of Tensou Jurin gauge. So he gains more gauge for using his flash attack. Special flash attack varies, decrease the stun time, increase the amount of the Tensou engage. Signature move varies, decrease stun time, widen the distance that can be searched for the opponent at the fastest. I don't know why they said at the fastest, but what I'm getting from this is that now he has a wider range of scanning. So before you wouldn't be able to do that attack from this range, but now he's able to track you at this range. Spiritual Pressure move 1, decrease the stun time, adjusted the hit/guard stun difference. Oh, that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. Ah, okay, I get it. I get it now. Got you. Yeah, that's wild. So what if he grabs and you sidestep that option? That would be insane. Cool. Okay. That's sick. So, adjustment intent. Toshiro Hitsugaya enters an enhanced state by repeating attacks, making it possible to perform more intense attacks. However, his reach is short, and there are few techniques that are useful in neutral, making it difficult to perform his favorite fighting style. This adjustment improves the overall ease of handling and makes it easier to maintain the Tensou engage, making it easier to demonstrate his strengths than before. Alright, time for Kenpachi Zaraki. Common, exclusive ability, increase the attack power value when the soul is reduced, so he just gets stronger the more Kenpaku he loses. Flash attack follow-up made the frames that can be cancelled faster. So he can special flash attack, increase the damage, stun time, and guard stun time, making it to where he is safe on block, I assume. Unless he's plus on that. If he's plus on that, that would be crazy. Made the frames that can be canceled faster. Alright. Okay. That's pretty instant. Yeah, not canceling into anything else. Yeah, you can't re-cancel into EX2. Yeah. Okay. That's a general adjustment. Let's put him on guard and have him quick attack afterwards. Can we backstep? Okay, we can backstep. Before, I believe you couldn't backstep that. You just had to block after that. If you can backstep the grab, that would be great. That would be amazing. Alright, let's see if you can. Hopefully you can. Oh, let's go! But what would he do there? Okay. So he can punish with EX1. That's good. Nope. So if they do a grab attempt, yeah, and he's not plus. Okay. But of course you can ho-ho afterwards. Alright, well that's good. That's good that he can backstep both options. And if they grab specifically, then he can punish with EX1. Alright, Awaken. So let's go ahead and put him into Awakening. Alright, Quick Attack. Adjusted the attack judgment to extend the reach. Special Flash Attack. Adjusted the attack judgment to extend the reach. Increase the cancelable time to accept additional input. Adjusted so that it can be canceled with Quick Attack when a branch action hits. Increase the stun time on the branch action. Ooh, so he can combo from this now? In which case, I know that he had the regular follow-up. Wait a minute. Oh! Whoa! Oh, that is sick. I like that. Wait. But is that only on hit? You can delay the follow-up pretty long. As in, like, the... Oh. I see. So we do this. Wow. Yeah, that's gross. That is gross, dude. But he's unsafe on that. Okay. What's up, Kyo? So the better option, and you can OS that too. So if you end up doing your tilt, so you can do like a lot of OS options in this. Well, I guess you couldn't OS that, yeah. I was gonna say that you could OS it, but in this situation you couldn't. Because typically, if they could recover faster, and you're just holding guard, then you would be able to block their turn back. But if they don't take their turn back, then you try to go for the grab. Yeah, so this is a very interesting 50-50. Because the better thing to do would be to just hold block. And I bet it catches... I wonder if it catches backsteps. Alright, so let's see if it catches backstep. My day has been good. My day has been good. Alright. Now we put this on 3. Let's see. Wow, it catches backsteps too. Okay, so yeah, this is a really interesting option since he's punishable after he does that follow-up. So overall, it would just be better to not press anything. Interesting. I like that. I like that a lot. And the fact that he can follow up, like hit confirm off of a strike back is insane. That's really freaking good. And it said that it extended the reach, so... Wow. That's like some Mayuri reach. With the stabs right here. Got any tips for Nelly L? Stop playing that character. She's busted. That's my tip. I can give you actual tips, but after we get through these patches. Wow. Yeah, that reach is really freaking good, dude. Oh, and how much guard does it do? Because if it does like really good chips, eh. You can definitely poke with it though, for sure. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, a lot of people like her. There's no reason not to like her. She's an attractive anime character with underboob who's busted in a fighting game. Alright, so we covered the special flash attack. We got signature move. Increase the fighting spirit acquisition amount of each attack. When receiving an attack or when receiving an attack that exceeds the specified damage, the damage stun time of the action that branches out is increased. And it is adjusted so that it can be canceled with a step on hit and guard. No way. Oh, wow. So that means that he can follow up off of that. Oh, but you have to do light. Unless... Yeah, you would have to do light. Oh yeah, that's gross. That's gross. Yeah, you gotta follow up with light. That's interesting. So these are really good changes. These are good buffs. But of course you guys can let me know otherwise, but I still feel like he may need a little bit more I haven't tested him in game at all yet, but there's nothing here that I'm seeing that I guess fixes his issues pre-patch. Besides his tilt. So adjustment intent. Kenpachi Zoraki is a battle maniac whose firepower increases as he gets hurt. But it was difficult to create scenes where he could take advantage of his firepower, and he was likely to be in a difficult situation against characters with longer reach than himself. This adjustment makes it easier to move forward with special flash attacks as the axis, and makes it easier to seize the chance to demonstrate high firepower. The damage increase effect due to exclusive ability Spiritual Pressure Amplification has also increased. So although the startup is slow, it is easier to aim for a reversal in the end. Now, here's another question. Can he straight up combo off of hitting raw stab? Yes. Okay. That is really dang good. I like that. I like that a lot. That is really good actually. Because, correct me if I'm wrong guys, this tilt has hyper armor on it. Right? It has hyper armor? If I remember correctly. Cool. See, I played Kenpachi. Come on now. I put my time in with Kenpachi. Come on. So, I do like that. That is a really good change because now you're able to just throw this out. And it's safe on block, so you're able to step back from it. And so that means that now you're creating the mind games to where they're going to expect you to step back. That means they're going to try to chase you with an attack to try to dash forward. And once you start seeing that they're going to try to do that, that's when you do the follow-up. I like that. I like that. That is, okay, I'd say that is the biggest positive change that he's gotten outside of this being buffed. But now let's look at Mayuri. Common. Spiritual Pressure move 1, increase the guard time of the explosion judgment part after hitting. Change the performance so that the ignition action can be activated only from some actions such as quick attack and flash attack. Spiritual Pressure move 2, adjusted the combo scaling to make it easier to extend combo damage. So they buffed this to where now he's going to be doing even more damage when implementing EX2 into a combo. But the reading from EX1 confuses me. Does that mean that he can no longer blow it up? Only when you're hitting them though. Oh. See, this is why I love you guys. This is why I love you guys, man. Because if I was to cover this on my lonesome, see, shout out to chat. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to you guys. If I was to cover this on my lonesome, I was like, I don't know what the hell. This. Gordon. Wow, yeah, he can. That's very interesting because now what that means is there it is. That's exactly what I was looking for. Very interesting. So he doesn't have to be hitting you. He just has to be, well, he doesn't have to be hitting you directly. He just has to be on guard and he can still take his turn back as long as he's initiated an attack first rather than just straight up doing it. So you can still pseudo do it the way that you did it pre-patch, but you just have to make sure that you land a hit first. Awaken. Special flash attack. Increase the poison consumption cost. So now he loses more gauge. Signature move. Increase the damage amount. So now when you get hit with a poison ball, it should be doing more damage. Let's go ahead and reset this. Okay, that's a nice little bit of damage. Flash attack follow-up. Increase the poison consumption cost. Adjusted the attack judgment to extend the reach. Increase the damage stun time of the explosion judgment part after hitting. So now he can grab you from even further. All right, let's try right here. Nope. Try here. Wow. Not bad. All right, adjustment intent. Mayuri Kurotsuchi is technical, but has a wide range of attacks, or actions, and excels at gradually expanding his advantage with additional damage from poison. However, the benefits of poison from each action were small, and he could not fully utilize his individuality. This adjustment does not make any major changes to the actions used in neutral, but increases the consumption cost of poison, making it easier to inflict additional damage. Okay, so for Kaien, common, flash attack, increase the stun time. So now when he does his heavy, now it takes him longer to recover. And now signature move, various, increase the stun time. When he does his signature move, being the splash, now he recovers slower. So both he recovers slower on his flash attack along with his splash, allowing more time for you to whiff punish him. Spiritual pressure move 1, adjusted the attack judgment to make it difficult to hit the opponent on the side. Okay, so this means that they made it easier to sidestep then, is what I'm getting from that. Awaken, signature move various, adjust the attack judgment to extend the reach, increase the stun time on hit and guard. Okay, so he recovers slower on hit and on guard, but he can still combo from Yo, Poseidon, long time no see. I hope you've been well. I thought about you not too long ago, actually. That's funny. And then I went to your channel. I saw that you hadn't streamed in like, I don't know how long. And I've been good. How about yourself? I can't remember the last time you came through. I was gonna catch you up, but we're in the middle of making a video, so I can catch you up after it. Yami, what's going on? I feel that. I feel that. Alright, so with these changes for Kaien, we don't necessarily need to test them out here, because it wasn't really anything big. Let's see. Actually, we will test out one thing. We'll try to do side step left, yeah. All right, so we'll do that after guard. And we'll see how he's able to sidestep it. Let's see. No. Okay. Yep. There we go. Alright, adjustment intent. Kaien Shiba is a standard type with combo firepower and invincible techniques, and has few weaknesses. He is a character who can fight easily and perform stable battles against any character. This adjustment increases the stun time of flash attack and signature move, Wakimizu, increasing the risk when whiffing. In addition, in Awakened state, if you can guard the signature move Wakimizu, maximum charge, you can take advantageous frames, and you can shake the opponent by whether to input a long press or not. Okay, so now that we're done with Kaien, now we have Shinji. Common. Flash attack follow-up, normal. Normal. Oh, Sakande really, okay. Wait, no. Why did I say normal? Normal versus when he has the buff or whatever? Alright, so flash attack follow-up, increase the damage stun time, shorten the blow away distance. So now he gets Oki. Sakande bow, okay. Alright, so actually what we're gonna do, block, keep on pressing it. Alright. Now let's see if we can press, which he should get a strike back. Okay, nice. So now he gets that Oki option. Special pressure move 1, decrease the stun time, so now he recovers faster. I don't remember what his 1 is. Oh, damn, he recovers instantly. He doesn't even lean over. Oh, yes, he does. But, like, for half a second. Oh, that's sick. You get to reposition. Oh, that's fresh. That is fresh. I like that. I wonder if you can get 3 side steps in. You follow the light. I feel like you can't. It's super tight. No. No, just barely. I do like that you can do that though. You get 2 side steps in to reposition. That is fresh. That is fresh. You can run up tilt heavy. And like while she's comboing. I'm doing it wrong? Oh, of course I'm doing it wrong. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay. Wow. That is fresh. Alright. So now he recovers faster. SP2, increase the damage amount. Oh lord, increase the damage amount of that? Oh no, it's because he's there. I was like, wait a minute, I remember that doing way more damage. Because his SP2 hurts. Yeah. Yeah, that thing hurts. Alright, so in Awakened form, SP1 adjusted the attack judgment of Hiyori to extend the reach. So does she like lunge at you further now? He can combo into SP1 now. Off of heavy. Interesting. Could he always combo off a tilt? Okay, he could. Wait. So it's like they took everything from Byakuya and just like spread it across the board, because now I'm just seeing the trend that everybody can loop their EX1. Wow. Wait, can you? Huh. You can do heavy SP1 on block now and get them in the old Oki mix-up. Oh. So she comes out and then you do this. Interesting. Interesting. All right. So now that wraps up everything for him. So he didn't really get any changes. You just got a few buffs. All right. Adjustment intent. Shinji Hirako. has many entanglement techniques and can use more powerful actions if he hits Spiritual Pressure Move 2, Sakande. However, although he has stability, he lacks offensive moves. This adjustment adjusts the judgment of Spiritual Pressure Move 1. It's your turn, making it easier to continue attacking after capturing the opponent once. In addition, if he is in the Sakande release, he can also incorporate it into combos from Flash Attack Follow-Up. Also, he can only do it specifically from Sakande release. Is that it? Or no? How do you permanently keep the you permanently keep the buff, right? Or no? Yes? Okay. So we wouldn't be able to see that. Okay. Alright, so now we read his intent? No, we already read the intent. Alright, so next, we got Stark, to which case a lot of people have been talking about him, and baby girl Halibel. So let's go ahead and switch over to them. Okay, so now it's time for Stark, to which case a lot of the community has been telling me all about Stark and how crazy Stark is. So let's go ahead and see just how crazy he is. Normal state Flash Attack made the occurrence of the technique faster. Flash Attack Follow-Up increased the stun time so he recovers slower. Special Flash Attack, no charge. Increase the damage amount and guard crush amount. That is good because his Special Flash Attack was garbage. Special Flash Attack with charge, increase the damage amount and guard crush amount. Made it possible to step cancel. Increase the damage stun time. With charge being his EX2. Or no. Do you just straight up charge it up? I don't remember. It's been so long since I played Stark. Hold on. So that's instant. Oh, okay. I don't remember that you could charge it. What the f? Okay, so special flash attack with charge, increase the damage amount and the guard crush amount. Made it possible to step cancel, increase the damage stun time. So now you can combo off of his charge special flash attack, which is crazy. Signature move. Made the occurrence time until spiritual power can be acquired faster. Wait, made the occurrence... Oh, okay. Made the occurrence time until spiritual power can be acquired faster. That, I believe there should be a comma there. But what this means is that when he holds down his signature move, they shorten the time before it starts really speeding up. Decrease the stun time after releasing. That is something really, really good. Okay, so signature move made the occurrence, so we just read that to where now he doesn't get punished now in that situation that I was speaking about. Spiritual pressure move to increase the dark screen time. And Sacred, you were saying you can do light string, sig, light string. You can cancel into sig now? And that was a shadow patch? He couldn't. Wait. You couldn't always sig. Okay, hold on. All right, let's actually read the rest first. All right, awaken, flash attack follow up, no wolf, increase the damage stun time. All right, so we're go ahead. Okay, yeah. Before we start diving into that. Oh yes. He spawns with wolves now. That is amazing. But we got to get rid of our wolves. Okay, so let's also put her into awakening. Yeah, I saw that he freaking 6-stocks now. 6-stocking on Stark is ridiculous. That is an insane buff. Such an insane buff, dude. Got you. Boom. Boom. I see. Wait, hold on. He can no longer yellow after EX1. So signature move with wolf, neutral, decrease the stun time, increase the damage amount. So he does more wolves. I say he does more wolves. He does more damage with wolves now. Okay, not bad. Signature move during combo. Change the damage behavior and increase the damage stun time. Made it possible to step cancel. Increase the minimum guaranteed damage. Adjustment intent. Coyote Stark is required to have completely different fighting styles in normal state and awakened state, and has powerful actions for each of the large costs. However, he was not getting an appropriate return for the cost he paid. As we all said pre-patch, the adjustment improves the overall performance in both forms, and although the point that cost management is necessary does not change, the actions themselves are easier to handle. In normal state, it is now possible to transition to combos from special flash attack with charge, making it easier to deal damage even from a distance. In awakened state, he immediately acquires blue flame wolf stock, making it easier to use actions using wolves. The point that souls are used as a cost has not changed, so the large risk remains the same. But the power of Awakened Kikon Move 1 has increased, making it easier to launch at short-term battle. So what's his stuff now? Now to move on to baby girl tier Halibel. Comment, exclusive ability, increase the damage decrease. Increase the basic decrease amount of the aura gauge. Increase the value applied to the decrease amount according to the accumulation amount of the aura gauge. So based off of what move you use to accumulate aura, that will determine how fast you end up losing it as well. Set a cool time for the time when the aura gauge starts to decrease, to which case the cool time is literally when they recover. Like the moment they recover, they'll end up, your aura gauge will end up going down. Decrease the value that lowers the decrease amount of the aura gauge depending on his own spiritual power situation. Decrease the aura gauge acquisition amount ratio when guarded. Okay, so flash attack. Decrease the acquisition amount of the aura gauge, so she gets less aura gauge off of her heavy. Flash attack follow-up, decrease the acquisition of the aura gauge. Again, decreasing how much aura gauge she gets. Special flash attack, decrease the guard crush amount, increase the stun time. So increasing the stun time now, it is negative on block, so you can no longer finish your block streams with tilt with Halibel, or else you're going to get punished, along with decreasing the guard crush amount to where it practically does nothing now on guard. So them decreasing the guard crush amount and making it negative kind of doesn't make sense, because if it's negative on block, you wouldn't want to use it anyway unless you're using it to finish off how much guard they have, to which case 9 times out of 10 you're not going to be guard crushing with Halibel. On top of the fact that the only other time to use it is if you're trying to bait out somebody by doing yellow, right? If your opponent knows that it's unsafe and they try to take their turn back, and then you try to yellow afterwards. Because I don't believe that she can ho-ho after it. Because if she could ho-ho after it, that means that it was neutral. to which case it was neutral before, it wasn't plus. So let's have her do this into flash step. Yep, and she was unable to flash step. So let's try that again. I'm just gonna keep on mashing it, keep on mashing flash step throughout this entire thing. That way the game can read that I'm trying to ho-ho. And yeah, she can't. As you guys see, she's still doing ho-ho. So yeah, it is negative on block now, which I don't agree with. I can agree with the decrease the guard crush amount, but I digress. Signature move, flash attack button variation. So decrease the guard crush amount being off of her light and her heavy, or her quick attack and her flash attack. Adjusted the combo scaling to make it difficult to extend the combo damage, meaning that whenever you land your signature flash attack, you're going to be doing less damage overall. Increase the acquisition amount of the aura gauge. So really the only reason as to why you would be using this move right here is specifically to gain more aura, but you get more aura off of other things like this. So when she's in her enhanced mode, she may gain more. Oh my gosh, it decreased so fast. Yeah. It decreases so fast now, man. I don't agree with that at all. But, alright. Spiritual Pressure move 1. Adjusted the combo scaling to make it difficult to extend the combo. So what this means is that you're not going to be doing as much damage when you're using her EX1. As we all should know by now, is that her bread and butter was whenever she was in her enhanced state, she could do heavy, or flash attack into EX1, step forward, flash attack, EX1, etc. And typically it would take you down to the red, but now it doesn't. And her EX2 decreased the damage amount, adjusted so that the rebirth actions cannot be used until the end of the activation. And we already know what that means. And for whatever reason, they decrease the damage amount, even though that move is practically never used. It's a good DP, but it's never used. Normal state, special flash attack, increase the acquisition amount of the aura gauge, and that's specifically in her normal form, and then in her awakened form. Special flash attack decreased the acquisition of the aura gauge. So in her normal form, so this is how much she gains in her awakened form, and then we will go to her normal form and see how much it acquires. They practically acquire the same amount. There's not a big difference at all. Yeah. No, wait, yeah. That's special flash attack, which is your tilt. What the? Okay, so I don't know how they determined that, because they still pretty much do the same exact acquisition, which is weird. And EX1, enhanced state, increase the acquisition amount of the aura gauge. So, specifically when you are enhanced, then that's when you gain more. So that's how much she gained right there. We're gonna go ahead and get enhanced. We're gonna wait, and now, and you gain a whole lot more. You gain about 50% now. Yep. I'm gonna wait until now. Yeah. Yep. So you gain a lot more in order to continue staying in this. And now, if you want to land 4, then you can only do 2 EX follow-ups, and then you would have to do your yellow versus doing all 3 and then doing yellow. Let's go ahead and get back to 150. So she has to do 1, 2, 3. Boom. Boom. And now she can do it 4 times. And so that's her B&B and how you would get that much damage now. But if Halibels don't know that, then you're only going to be seeing them do 3. Yep. Okay, so now the adjustment intent. Tier Halibel obtains powerful attack performance depending on the acquisition amount of the aura gauge. However, once the aura gauge was accumulated, it was relatively easy to maintain. This adjustment increases the decrease amount of the aura gauge, but the decrease amount due to the remaining spiritual power amount is reduced. Wait, what? But the decrease amount due to the remaining spiritual power amount is reduced. And a cooltime is set before it starts to decrease, so it is easier to acquire the aura gauge if you can continue attacking. In addition, it was possible to safely reset by stopping the combo with a special flash attack when guarded while crushing the guard gauge. But the stun time has increased, making it easier to receive a counter attack. So, in a perfect world, a change like this would be good. And in the beginning of, this part, I did explain that there are patches that aren't good, there are patches that are good, and then there are patches that are only good if everybody was balanced. In this case, this would be a completely fine patch if everybody was balanced, but you can't make a change like this, but then make the changes that you do to characters like now Ulquiorra and Aizen and Yamamoto. The consistency isn't there. So it's only good, again, if everything was balanced out, to which case it's not. Is it a step in the right direction? Yes, but yeah, it doesn't it doesn't make any sense in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so next we got Ulquiorra, Noitora, Grimjaw, Poro, Nell, and so what? That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So we have 5 more characters. We've been streaming for the past 4 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it back over here. All right, so everybody that came through to come to this part 2, I thought there was only gonna be 2 parts, but there is going to be a part 3. We've been going heavily in depth with going over these characters and referring to how they were in the pre-patch and things like that, and just testing out things and giving our genuine reaction to it all. So there is going to be a part 3 with showing the last 5 characters that we have to go over. And once we show that last part, I do have to do a lot of editing in the background to cipher through all the footage and get this out to you guys. But after all of that, that's when we can start tackling rank. I've already been playing ranked on my own to get like a taste of that. I've been playing a lot of Chad. Currently the #1 Chad on PlayStation, you feel me? So I've been enjoying ranked playing Chad, and I do enjoy his adjustments and things like that. I did record a lot of footage without commentary, so I can definitely be uploading that just to, be showing off some gameplay before we start doing gameplay with commentary and exploring the other characters and things like that. But nevertheless, chat, I appreciate you guys. Big shout out to you guys, everyone on YouTube. Appreciate y'all, and I will catch y'all in part 3.